Hi, here it is. 8:30. Here we are, ready to introduce another founder to the fold. Welcome to Dad's Got Kicks. What up to y'all who just started trickling in? What up? Gift card, I see that. Yes, we are giving away a gift card. If you haven't yet, get Josh up in here. If you haven't yet went through the process of adding yourself to the drawing for the gift card, then definitely do that. My man.
Yes, what's up?
Yo.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm amazing, man. How you living?
Man, I'm having a good day. Good to be home in front of the sneaker throne here. So
right in front of the museum. This is not a virtual background, ladies and gentlemen. This is Josh's actual collection. How many kicks are you sitting in front of?
It's funny because my wife actually calls it the Shoezam.
The Shoezam. That's dope.
Shoezam. There's probably in this room behind me. I'll move you around a little bit. Probably about 110, 112 pairs here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Try to keep it simple.
Word. All right, well, let's get this thing popping. Keeping it simple. So we know the story about how mom got you initially hooked, putting that first pair on your feet. But tell us the story. How did this whole sneaker journey begin for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was completely by accident. And I think to this day, my mom would say, man, like, I shouldn't have bought you your first pair. But literally, it was 1986, and we were going to the mall. It was some department store to pick up a pair of new shoes. I'd grown out of my old shoes, and she was like, all right, it's time to get you a new pair. You know, your toes are coming out. We need to get you something different. And so we walked in, and I was having, like, you know, that 5-year-old independent moment. I was like, Mom, I'm a man. I'm 5. I can pick out my own shoes, right? Don't pick them out for me. I'm going to walk around the store. I'm going to pick out the pair that I want to put on. And she was like, okay, sure, whatever. Have fun. So I literally walked up, and this pair of black and red shoes just popped right off the shelf, man. It just jumped out at me. And I was like, oh, Mom, these are the ones. I want these. And she was like, okay, whatever. So she looked at the guy who was working and said, hey, can he try these on? Because, you know, back in the day when you were a kid, you tried everything on.
Everything.
Sometimes you tried like 6 pairs on before you actually left the store with your sneakers. So the guy went over, he went in the back, got the box. The box was sweet. You know, it had the Air Jordan logo on it, the Wings logo, pops it open. I see him for the first time, and I just fell in love, literally fell in love. And my mom looks at the guy, and she's like, I guess we're going to take them. She's like, how much are they? I think he was like $65. And she about had like a coronary right there in the store. And then he sees that he's about to lose the sale,
right?
Potentially, and he goes, but man, he's like, they come with 2 colors of laces, 2 different types of laces. And I was like, Mom, 2 pairs of laces? Come on, this is value. We can do this. So she caved, and she said, all right, I'll get them for you. And then that was the last pair of Jordans she ever bought me.
Wow.
Right, that was it. But I was hooked.
Man. All right, well, you're a dad now. Are you introing the kids to the sneaker life? Or are you keeping them away? What's going on?
I am. One of them just walked in, my son Brady. So, you know, we talk all the time about, like, your foot is still growing. So there's no way you're going to start building a collection, because sometimes 3 months after you buy a pair, they don't fit anymore.
Right.
And we also have an issue with you taking care of them sometimes too, right?
Yeah.
Like this guy's jumping through puddles, riding his bike. He's riding his bike with cement 3s on, right? Come here. Yeah. But are you a sneakerhead or what? Kinda. He's a sneakerhead in training. He's developing in training, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
look at what you inherit.
He wants to bring another pair out. He thinks this is his life. These are his newest pickups.
Wow.
He got these Jordan 1 mid black Chicago toes, which are pretty fresh, right?
Yeah.
You gonna keep them clean?
Yes.
He says yes. I don't believe him.
They look pretty clean right now.
He hasn't worn them yet.
Oh, okay.
Just wait, S. Just wait. Give it a couple days.
Yo, that's hilarious, man. Well, listen. One day, Brady will turn into your clone and be the same size And then, dude, look, that's my reality right now. My
Yeah.
son
Oh
is
man,
my size, bro.
that's crazy. I don't envy that because we have a conversation and he like walks through the collection and he's like, all right, can I choose a pair like that'll be the first pair of yours I ever wear? And I'm like, no, I'm gonna choose that pair. And then pretty much we're walking by and I'm putting X's on everything. He's like, Dad, what are you gonna let me wear? And I was like, I don't know, maybe nothing. So we'll see. He's a good kid.
They're all sentimental to you.
All of them mean something, right? Yeah.
All right, so not only do you collect, but you also resell. So give us a story about a pair that you sold. You know, it could be a horror story, it could be a huge win, but
Yeah.
tell us a good story.
Yeah, I feel like when you say the word reseller, sometimes it just evokes some feelings that start to bubble up from some people.
Right.
But I promise you, I'm not one of those resellers that resells just to make a profit. Like I literally resell shoes so I can actually add to my collection. And sometimes so I can pay my mortgage. You know what I mean? It's kind of nice. But one of the crazy stories is I had this like insane run of luck on like 3 consecutive Travis Scott drops last year. So I hit on the Travis Scott Jordan 1 highs. I hit on the Travis Scott Jordan 1 lows, and I hit on the Travis Scott 6s. Those like green joints. Sick. I didn't keep a single one of those. I resold all 3 because I couldn't look my wife in the eyes holding on to a pair of shoes that could basically like pay 2 mortgages and say, hey,
right.
But these are hypey shoes, man. These are dope. So what I did is like I'm only loyal to OG colorways, so I can't part with those. But the Travis things that come out new, some of those like hot stuff, like sometimes you just have to let it go. You have to let it go. So definitely resold a few of those.
Did you also like play the lottery and like did you go to Atlantic City like that street what you just named that's lightning, my friend.
Yeah, but it's been all downhill since. So I use my best 3 sneakers app luck draws right there, and now I have no more luck. The magic's gone. The magic is gone.
Word. All right, so we know where you stand in this game.
Yeah.
But we are some what you would call the elder statesmen or the OGs. So we've been through a couple at least eras of the sneaker game. What do you think about the current state of the sneaker game with the new generation that's coming in?
Yeah, I just want to reference, I think it was Efren in the first live that we did when we were introducing the guys. He got really offended by being called OG or an old head. I'm going to say I'm taking that as like a sign of wisdom. That's a symbol of wisdom, right? Of experience. So I think as an OG, as an old head, I think of like 2 things that are really different. I think the one is just like the hype beast culture has really changed sneaker culture in a way where it used to be like you felt confident, comfortable rocking whatever you liked. And now I feel like people are always looking for affirmation from like influencers or whatnot to like, oh, these are cool, these are not cool, these are dope, these are not dope. And I feel like that's ruined it a bit for some people because like they almost get shamed until like in a pair that like, I don't know, consensus maybe the loudest voices don't like. And so literally they're like, I'm not going to wear those because like people said they're trash. Well, if you like them, wear them. And it used to be that way. It used to be like if you thought a pair of like sneakers were dope, you wore them, you rocked them, and you didn't care what people thought. I think that's one thing. The other thing is, man, there's so many drops now. Like I remember there used to be like 1 drop a month that everybody was kind of waiting on and like just like couldn't wait to get their hands in or jump in a line to try to buy. Now there's like 6, 7, 8 drops a week, and it feels different. You almost get like not bored, but like you're just like hyper saturated with all the drops where they don't feel as special as they used to. You know, the excitement's not the same.
No, I feel you, man. I definitely feel you. It was definitely more limited, not only in drop but in pairs.
Yeah.
You know, back when like it was an accomplishment if you had the sneaker of the moment.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, you know, oh, you got the sneaker of the week.
And then next week, no one cares about it anymore.
And then next week, it's gone. All right, let's play a quick game. You ready for some games?
I love games, man. I'm a little competitive, so.
All right, well, word association. I'm going to throw some kicks to you, and you tell me the first word that comes to your mind. You ready? Space hippie.
I'm going to give you 2 words. Hot garbage.
Dang.
Hot garbage. And if there's someone on this live and doesn't know what space hippie is, look it up, and I promise you'll feel the same way.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, Ben and Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry's. I'm going to say busy, because if anybody's seen that Ben and Jerry's dunk, the SB, That shoe is busy. And I might say something unpopular, but I think the ice cream is way better than the sneakers. I really do.
I don't think many people would disagree with that. I kind of agree. All right, Vans.
Vans, comeback. They made a comeback, man. Like Vans, like dropped off the face of the earth. Like in the 2000s, mid 2000s, like no one was rocking Vans, even after they had come into popularity. And now they're like back with a vengeance. Like you can't go out and not see like, you know, a dozen kids out there either skating them or wearing them or whatever. Like they're back. So I'd say comeback.
I feel you, man. I feel like no summer is complete without at least a pair of Vans slip-ons.
Yeah.
Like you staple.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
I'll be honest with you. As my wife says I'm too old to wear Vans. So
what?
Full confession. She's on this live, I think, too. So I'm just trying to put some pressure on her. Come on.
Too old for
You're
Vans?
never too old for Vans, but apparently I am.
I don't wear Vans.
Man. I hear her chiming in.
That was my son. He's like, I don't wear Vans.
Don't be Van shaming out here, man.
Exactly. Don't do that.
All right, Crocs.
Socks. Crocs and socks, man. But it's funny. I was having a conversation with someone the other day about Crocs, and they were ragging on them. And I was like, you know, they say that imitation is the highest form of flattery. And don't you know, like Kanye's dropping those wave Crocs or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like if everybody's hating on Crocs and then like going crazy for Kanye's Crocs, they must have been on something, right? But yeah, you got to rock the socks with the Crocs. Right?
Rock the socks with the Crocs. All right, let's keep it in the rhyming scheme. Let's play rock, stock, and drop. Give me one sneaker that you will rock forever. It's a staple in your life.
I'm going to grab it. Can I grab it?
Grab it, of course.
All right. So a lot of people know like ones and 11s are probably like my favorites. But a shoe that I rock all the time, and I love, man, is the Columbia 4s.
Oh.
Columbia 4s. There's just something about them. They're like the most comfortable they might be the most comfortable like Jordan silhouette I have, but they go with everything. They're super durable. Like I can wear them out in the rain and the muck and they clean off real well. But I would rock those several days a week if I ever doubled up, you know, but I don't do that.
All right, what's the stock? Give me a sneaker that you want to own or you own that you will never put your foot in, never undead stock them. What is it?
All right, so it's not something I own, but it's something that I will own one day. It's going to have to be Jordan 1 Chicago, but the 85 cut, like the OG 85 silhouette with the higher cut up the ankle. If I got that, I don't think I could wear it, man. It would be in like a glass case or something.
Word. All right, drop. Give me a sneaker that's super overhyped.
Whew. So I'm not going to say the Chunky Dunkies. I already hated on those.
All right.
But I am going to hate on a Jordan 1 silhouette. The Dior ones, the Christian Dior ones. I don't know if you're familiar with those. I just think they're overhyped. I mean, honestly, things selling for, 10, 15 grand. And I don't think they look that good, honestly.
Okay.
I think they're overhyped. So I drop those.
Okay, dope. All right, so this is Dad's Got Kicks. And, you, myself, a bunch of the other guys have been working behind the scenes for, probably a month now.
Yeah.
To put this thing together. But when Efren presented you this idea, what was your initial thought? And, what made you say, you know what, I want to be down with Dad's Got Kicks?
Yeah, honestly, for me, it was the community. I think just building a community of guys who love sneakers, who are young, old, even people who grew up in the 90s, who just understand what culture was like then, that have an appreciation for just the connections that sneakers have to music, to sports, to the culture at large. I mean, I think being a part of that was important. I also think when you asked that question about what's different about sneaker culture, it used to be about relationships. It was literally building relationships. You were building relationships with the people that you were, going to stores with, the cop. You were building relationships with people that worked there.
Right.
They knew you. They said hello. And part of that's just trying to in the craze of everything being online and everybody just running online to buy stuff, just having conversations again about sneakers, talking about them, just unwinding by just kind of shooting whatever about history, about talking about what you had when you were a kid, about getting a new pair. It's just something that I think it's just a nice like opportunity to have, to be able to like come around a group of guys who have the same passion, or maybe like want to have that passion, or maybe have not been in it for a few years, but are like, hey, this is cool. I want to get back into this. So that's what I would say. I mean, I think that's the main thing I'm looking for.
Word. Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. I feel you. I agree, man. I love your input. I love your perspective on stuff, you know, like as I've gotten to know you, and as we've been collaborating, your perspective is awesome. And on that note, tomorrow we premiere Heat of the Week, episode 1. Are you excited about Heat of the Week? And talk about L's of the Week.
I'm so excited about Heat of the Week. I mean, I think for sneakerheads who want information, it's there. For sneakerheads who like sharp writing and just kind of like, I don't know, just really being honest about shoes, they're going to like it. I know there's a segment this week that I get to be a part of called L's of the Week, where we basically talk about like the worst things that are going on in the shoe world, and basically just calling things what they are. You know, if there's stuff that's trash, we call it trash. If there's stuff that like we're frustrated about, you know, we just tell it like it is. So I think it's a really honest piece, and I think people are really going to enjoy it, you know?
Word, man. Word. I am more excited for the weeks to come to hear you get on your Peter Griffin, what grinds my gears about the sneaker world. That's definitely going to be something worth tuning into.
Yeah, I promise I'm not that angry all the time.
No, but the beauty of it, and I can't wait for people to see it, is the beauty of it is like it's not as much anger. It's like it's part anger, it's part disappointment, it's part like owning like, but these are just sneakers, and why do I feel this way? Like it's
right.
all the emotions go through you at the same time.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's just sneakers. As much as you love them, it's just sneakers. You know what I mean? So
come on, life goes on.
It does.
Until we catch the next L.
Yeah, and then there's a couple days where you just need to kind of work it out. But
word. All right, man. Well, thanks so much for jumping on the live, and talking to letting the people know more about you, and giving us a peek at your collection. And for all of you guys out there watching who are new to the channel, make sure that you stick around, because Dad's Got Kicks is not only giving away $200 on a gift card. We're not only doing that for Father's Day. And if you don't know how to enter, then go to the feed and check us out. And there's a post there that gives you all that info. But we're also going to be rolling out content all the time. We're doing videos, we're doing images, graphics, polls and things of that nature. To be honest, with a lot of the stuff that's going on in the world right now, just a little community, a little bit of humor and lightheartedness is much appreciated. So if you feel like stuff is overwhelming you and you want to laugh or smile, then this is definitely a place to do that. Well, Josh, man. That's right. All right, brother. Be safe.
Yeah. Have a good night. See you, everybody.
Talk to y'all. Peace.